Napoleon Bonaparte was born on August 15, 1769, on the island of Corsica, which was then part of France. His family was of Italian origin and belonged to the lower nobility. As a child, Napoleon was smart and serious, and he loved reading books about history and battles. His father, Carlo Bonaparte, sent him to mainland France to study at a military school. There, Napoleon learned French, which was not his first language, and began training to become a soldier. He worked very hard and was known for his strong memory and great ambition. In 1785, at the age of 16, Napoleon graduated from the École Militaire in Paris and became an officer in the French army. Although he was young and short in height, he quickly showed his leadership and intelligence. Napoleon often felt like an outsider among the French students, but he didn't let that stop him. He spent hours studying military history and strategy, trying to prepare himself for future challenges. His serious nature and focus helped him earn respect. Even though he came from a small island, Napoleon dreamed of becoming someone important. He wanted to serve France and rise through the military ranks. His strong will and determination were clear even at a young age. Napoleon's early experiences shaped him into a tough and confident young man. He learned to stand up for himself and believed in discipline and order. These qualities helped him later in life as a leader and commander. When the French Revolution began in 1789, Napoleon supported the new ideas of liberty and equality. He joined the Revolutionary Army and started to rise in rank. His big opportunity came in 1793 during the Siege of Toulon. Napoleon helped capture the city from the Royalists and British forces. His clever strategy impressed the government, and he was made a general at the age of just 24. This was a major turning point in his life. He continued to lead successful campaigns in Italy, defeating Austria and its allies. His victories made him a hero in France, and people began to talk about his leadership and vision. Napoleon was very skilled at using speed and surprise in battle. He often moved his troops quickly to attack before the enemy was ready. This helped him win many fights and gain a strong reputation. His soldiers admired him because he stayed close to them and shared their hardships. He would visit camps, talk to his men, and show that he cared. This loyalty made his army stronger and more united. Newspapers and artists helped spread his image across France. People saw him as a young genius who could save the country. His name became known not only in France, but also across Europe. In 1798, Napoleon led an expedition to Egypt. The goal was to weaken Britain by cutting off its trade routes. He won the Battle of the Pyramids, but lost a major naval battle at the Battle of the Nile. Although the campaign had mixed results, Napoleon brought many scientists and scholars with him to Egypt. They studied ancient ruins and started the famous discovery of the Rosetta Stone. Even though he faced defeat from the British Navy, Napoleon's image in France remained strong. He returned to Paris in 1799 as a popular and powerful figure. The Egyptian campaign showed Napoleon's interest in science and learning. He respected knowledge and wanted to spread French ideas. This mission helped improve his image as more than just a soldier. Life in Egypt was hard for the French soldiers. They struggled with heat, disease, and supply problems. Still, Napoleon kept morale high and tried to protect his men. While in Egypt, Napoleon also dealt with uprisings and local resistance. He used both diplomacy and force to keep control. His actions showed his leadership and quick decision-making under pressure. In 1799, France was facing political troubles. Napoleon saw a chance to take control. He joined a plot to overthrow the government and succeeded in a coup d'etat, known as the 18th Brumaire. After the coup, Napoleon became the first consul of France, which gave him almost total power. He promised peace, stability, and strong leadership. Many people supported him because they were tired of the revolution's chaos. He created new laws called the Napoleonic Code, which are still used in some countries today. These laws focused on fairness, property rights, and civil order. As first consul, Napoleon reformed the government and made it more efficient. He reduced corruption and made sure things ran more smoothly. This earned him the trust of many citizens. Napoleon also improved relations with the Catholic Church. He signed the Concordat of 1801 with the Pope, which brought peace between church and state. This helped unify the country. He worked hard to rebuild France's economy. Napoleon introduced new taxes and supported businesses. He wanted France to be strong not only on the battlefield but also in daily life. In 1804, Napoleon made himself Emperor of the French. During his coronation, he took the crown from the Pope and placed it on his own head, showing that he held power by himself. As emperor, Napoleon continued his military campaigns across Europe. He defeated Austria, Prussia, and Russia in several battles, including the famous Battle of Austerlitz in 1805. His empire grew very large, and many countries were under his control. He put his relatives in charge of other nations, trying to spread his influence everywhere. Napoleon's coronation was a symbol of his ambition. He believed he was chosen by destiny to lead France and bring order to Europe. Many people admired his confidence. To maintain power, Napoleon used both fear and respect. He rewarded loyal supporters and punished those who challenged him. His rule was strong but not always kind. His new titles and honors helped create a royal court. Though the revolution had removed kings, Napoleon brought back many royal traditions. This made some people uneasy, but others felt proud. Napoleon was not only a warrior but also a reformer. He improved the education system and opened new schools for boys. He also made changes in the economy and government structure. He created a strong banking system and improved tax collection. Roads and bridges were built across France, and cities became cleaner and better organized. The Napoleonic Code helped bring order and justice, replacing the old confusing laws. Even his enemies admitted that he made France stronger and more modern. He supported the idea of merit, that people should rise based on ability, not birth. This helped many ordinary people get good jobs and improve their lives. Napoleon introduced new systems for measuring weights and distances, like the metric system. These changes made trade and science more efficient. His reforms were copied in many parts of Europe. People in other countries saw the benefits and wanted similar changes. This made his influence grow even more. In 1812, Napoleon made a huge mistake by invading Russia. He wanted to force Russia to stop trading with Britain. At first, he had some success and reached Moscow. But the Russians used a scorched earth strategy, burning everything as they retreated. Napoleon's army could not find enough food or shelter, and the freezing winter caused thousands of deaths. The Russian campaign was a disaster. Only a small part of his army returned to France. This loss hurt Napoleon's image and power badly. Napoleon had entered Russia with over 600,000 soldiers, one of the biggest armies ever seen, but most of them died from hunger, cold, or attacks. The Russian people refused to surrender, even when Napoleon reached Moscow. Fires destroyed the city, leaving his army with nothing. This campaign showed the limits of Napoleon's power. He had been nearly unbeatable, but nature and resistance proved stronger than his army. After the defeat in Russia, many European countries joined together to fight Napoleon. His enemies formed a powerful alliance, and he was defeated in the Battle of Leipzig in 1813. By 1814, Napoleon's empire was collapsing. Paris was captured, and he was forced to give up the throne. He was sent to the island of Elba near Italy to live in exile. However, Napoleon escaped from Elba in 1815 and returned to France. People welcomed him, and he ruled again for a short period called the 100 Days. Many soldiers and citizens still believed in Napoleon. They cheered his return and hoped he could rebuild France's glory. But European leaders were ready to stop him this time. They quickly gathered armies to face him again. Even though he regained power for a while, Napoleon faced great danger. His enemies were stronger, and time was running out for him. Napoleon's return scared the rest of Europe. The Allies prepared for war again, and the final battle took place in Waterloo, Belgium, in June 1815. Napoleon fought bravely, but his army was defeated by the British and Prussian forces. After this defeat, he had no choice but to surrender. This time, he was sent far away to the island of Saint Helena in the South Atlantic Ocean. It was a lonely place, and he could not escape again. The Battle of Waterloo was a turning point in history. It ended Napoleon's dreams of ruling Europe. Many people lost hope after his defeat. On Saint Helena, Napoleon lived in a small house under guard. He had very few visitors and missed his family and country. He spent his last years writing his memoirs and thinking about what went wrong. His health slowly declined. Napoleon lived on Saint Helena for 6 years. He spent his time writing, reading, and thinking about his life. He died on May 5, 1821, at the age of 51. His cause of death is believed to be stomach cancer, though some think he might have been poisoned. He was buried on the island, but later his body was moved to Paris. Napoleon is remembered as a brilliant leader, a great general, and a man who changed history. His legacy still lives on through the Napoleonic Code and his impact on Europe and the world. Some people see him as a hero who brought order and strength. Others view him as a man who caused war and suffering. His life still causes debate. Many places, books, and films remember his name. Statues and museums in France honor him. Napoleon showed what one person could do with vision and willpower. His story remains one of the most powerful in world history.